Hello there, this is Kenny from LearnHowToProsper.com. And I wanted to just walk through a couple of points that I shared in a blog post earlier this week called How to Be Confident. Now, there's just a few simple steps here that I included, and I love this quote by Norman Vincent Peale. He says, "Believe in yourself, have faith in your abilities. Without a humble but reasonable confidence in your own powers, you cannot be successful or happy." And I think that's so true. Anyone that achieves real success, any sort of prosperity in their life, whether that's in their health or their finances or relationships, they have confidence. Now that doesn't mean that you have to be arrogant. Now so often I think when we look at someone who's confident, we think, well, I don't want to be arrogant. I don't want to be like that person. But to be confident does not mean to be arrogant. In fact, many times those who are arrogant actually don't have confidence at all, right? In fact, that's why they're so arrogant. They don't have that real anchor of confidence and security that comes from, the true source. And we're going to talk about that here and how to be confident. And step number one about how to be confident is you have to choose to be confident. It's actually a decision. So many people, they look and they say, well, if only this would happen in my life, then I'd be confident. Or if that happened in my life, then I would be confident. Well, the fact of the matter is, even if those things happen in your life, that alone would not be sufficient. You would have to choose to be confident. You do. And I look at my mentors and people that accomplish great things, and there's sort of it's very clear to me, and even in asking and talking to these individuals, they will always say, it was a choice. I decided to be confident. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't have fears. That doesn't mean that things don't come across the path that can seem intimidating. But isn't it better to tackle those things with an anchor of confidence? And even if it's just confidence that you'll hang in there and get it taken care of no matter what, right? So often it's just about having that confidence that you will hang in there, that you'll stick with it, and that things will work out. I think the second point is absolutely critical to being confident. It's kind of that inner sort of calm and that inner sort of North Star that you see in truly confident people. They know their purpose, right? If you don't know your purpose, if you're just floating around like a feather in the wind, then it's pretty difficult to grasp onto a situation and apply your place in that situation, right? In other words, if you don't understand your purpose, you don't have context, right, for who you are and what you are to do in any given moment. So knowing your purpose is absolutely critical. And once again, what separates us from the animals here as humans is that we have the ability to choose. There's a lot that has been said on knowing your purpose and coming to understand your purpose. But I think that at a macro level, at a high level, the way that I would look at and the way that I do look at purpose is that we are here as human beings to contribute, right? Now, each one of us has different skills, abilities, talents, things that we can contribute. And in some respects, maybe we haven't really considered what ways to contribute. So we're not even that aware of how and where we can make a difference in the world. But we are here to create, and the way that you can know that is by doing it, right? Start making contributions. And they don't have to be huge contributions. In fact, most often the smallest things make, in many ways, the most powerful impact, right? Whether it's your willingness to contribute a smile, your willingness to contribute to a conversation, a willingness to contribute a compliment, willingness to encourage, to speak up when someone else is experiencing something difficult in their life, or they're being bullied or mistreated in some way. Anytime you apply yourself in any way to contributing to make the world a better place, you're immediately going to feel more a sense of your purpose. And it's going to give you confidence, right? The more that you act on your contributions, the more that you contribute, the more that you create value in the world, the more confident you will become. And your vision and understanding of your individual purpose becomes more clear. In other words, this isn't something that you could do or learn in an afternoon, per se. This might be a process. In fact, it is a process of learning bit by bit the contributions that you're to make. And I think that there is value in evaluating your life, looking at those areas where you have a desire to contribute. And even if you're not good at it, if you have a desire to do it, then over time you'll get better at it. You know, to a large extent, that's why I'm sharing here on this blog. I started my vocation a number of years ago as a mental health counselor. And I went into high tech, and I continue to work in many different areas. But I've always felt drawn back to contributing in this way, in mental health, and helping individuals overcome their challenges, and motivating and inspiring. And so, you know, well, I didn't really understand how to create a YouTube channel or how to create a blog or any of these things. My purpose and my desire to provide and make a contribution to the world has given me clarity on the path that I can take to accomplish that goal. And then finally, step 3, be a force for good in the world. When you're doing good, it's almost impossible to not feel confident, because you know you're standing on a very firm foundation. Now, I think that those that are least confident in the world are those who are not making contributions to make it a better place. Now, I'm not saying that there are not people who are arrogant and there are not people who appear confident, but I can tell you that in many instances, those who appear the most confident are actually on the crumbling edge of insanity or just losing it. And I've worked in mental health environments, inpatient centers, and worked with all kinds of individuals, and sometimes massively successful financially, you know, people who have had massive success financially in their lives, still they crumble and they fell apart because they knew that they were building that on the backs of other people and taking advantage of them. They lived their life in constant paranoia. They were waiting always for the other shoe to drop. There was no confidence there. There might have been arrogance, there might be pride, there might be those types of things, but not true confidence. And that's what I'm talking about here. So you've got 3 things that you can do. Number 1, choose to be confident. It's your choice to make. And I'll tell you what, you've probably learned this already, and all of us do in our lives, that if you're not choosing to be confident, it's not like someone else can choose for you to be confident. It's not like someone else can give you confidence. And if you don't have a purpose, then you're not living according to your plan. You're living according to someone else's plan. And if you're living according to someone else's plan, then they're telling you what direction to go. And when they're telling you what direction to go, you're always going to feel a sense of insecurity because you don't know the path. They know the path. Sometimes they don't even know the path, but you're watching and listening for them to tell you the path, and neither one of you know the path. Now, I don't know how you can feel confident when the blind's leading the blind. It can't happen. So, even a simple path, even a simple plan, even a simple purpose is going to give you almost an immediate sense of confidence, because now you have taken grasp of the steering wheel and you are starting to determine your path. You can now look ahead and see that thing that's coming, right? And you can steer to the right or to the left, or you can steer ahead, or you can pedal faster, right? Those are all things that you can choose to do. It gives you more confidence as you look at your path. Do you see how this can work? You see how this can certainly play a role in your life, understanding your purpose, and then doing good with that purpose? Because if you're not doing good, you might be, quote unquote, getting ahead for the short term, but always in the back of your mind, there's the voices, the waiting, the paranoia, the insecurity, the wondering when the other shoe's going to drop. And that is no way to live. And so there you go. 3 easy steps on how to be confident. I hope that you'll consider them and come over to learnhowtoprosper.com. Go ahead and share this video with friends and others if you think it's helpful. Because my purpose is this, to learn, to teach others, and to learn myself how to prosper in my health and wealth and relationships and all facets of my life. So thanks for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.